Hey guys, I'm back in our market update part 2. Let's get started. Destined Rivals demand has gone up ever since the reveals yesterday. Not really that surprising. The set looks pretty good, and I made the comparison of it to Surging Sparks, and I think Rudy also made that comparison as well. I didn't watch his video until yesterday about that, but yeah, the set looks like it has a bunch of good arts. I made a video on this yesterday, but I'm just gonna go over like some of the easy ones that to go over in this article. Just these three over here. There's some other ones just a little harder to scroll. This is the Mewtwo SIR, looks pretty good. This is like a Nidoking, and this is a Crobat. There's some other ones, but I recommend just looking up the list. But because of that, you're seeing like the mankind dipped a little bit, and then now it's kind of back up. 122 boxes is quite a lot for it. Um, like there was a spike over here 162, but other than that, this is the second highest amount of booster boxes sold. And demand does usually pick up a little bit before release, but we're like a month and a half away. Like pretty much exactly almost. It's released on the 30th. Today's the 16th of April. And with ETBs, I'm seeing the same thing. You just see it's going up a little bit, 36 ETBs and 32 the last 2 days. And then bundles, they're kind of more steady, but it's like 8 per day. They're kind of a rip off anyway. But prices are about the same as yesterday. But yeah, with this increase in demand, like don't be surprised that prices will increase later on. I'm not sure exactly how the ETBs and the bundles will go because they're quite expensive. Like price per pack wise, you see like $8, like almost $9 versus $13, $17. So the bundles usually do go down closer to booster box pricing around release day. But ETB is a kind of so for Journey Together. Actually, yeah, I'll just go to that next. But I'll see where are the ETBs now. ETBs are at like 8.26, and the booster boxes are about like say about $6, so it's about $2 more. It kind of depends on the promo a little bit, but yeah, it's not usually a huge difference. And you see bundles are only like within like $1 more than booster boxes. So yeah, I don't sleep on the set is pretty much what I am thinking. Like if you can't get in on it, sure, but if you can, get on it at a good rates. Probably don't sleep on it. There's gonna be quite a bit of activity with this. Journey Together. So what I'm seeing with Journey Together is that the enhanced box price is stabilizing to about 215, 216. It went up the last 2 days, and today is about the same. The normal booster box listing is going down to 25, which is the more expensive listing. Like this is the enhanced one, and this is the normal one. Which honestly, a lot of time you're probably gonna get the same exact booster box. It's just more expensive. I think that the pretty much market stupidities is kind of wearing off, where people are like, "Hey, why am I paying all this extra money?" Yeah, I wouldn't buy one of these supposedly non-enhanced booster boxes unless I knew for sure it was not enhanced. That it didn't have the box topper. Otherwise, like you're literally buying the same thing. I don't see a lot of picture listings. So I think most of these people don't have one. But yeah, look at demand real quick. So 28 plus 13, that's 40. So I think demand keeps dropping. It went down to 60 the other day. I think it was like 50 yesterday. It keeps dropping to about 40. ETBs are down to like 5 versus actually 24 when they were like 32 before. So that dropped. And before that was like 60. This is PCTBs. They've been more a little steady at 13, which is kind of normal low. Bundles are also kind of dropping at a slower rate, but yeah, 44 yesterday versus like sometimes it's like 50 or 70. And then cases, no cases bought for the more expensive one, but the cheaper case is one that was bought yesterday. So I'm seeing a bunch of cases at this 12.50 mark. At this price point, the cheapest booster box you can get is to about $208. So Yeah, it's still not as expensive as some people thought it would be, but yeah, it's still holding about $200, which is a pretty. I keep hearing people say this, like the fact that it's holding at this price means there's enough demand to supply ratio to make it so that's the price. So it's like pretty strong, like not as strong as some other boxes, but still like Journey Together is still see a mid-tier set versus Destined Rivals is gonna be more intense. um, it's gotta be pretty conservative. The only thing we don't know is like the pull rates, especially with all this tariff stuff happening with Japan. Getting those boxes are gonna be more difficult to get unless honestly a tariff situation changes all the time. Like I'd watch Pokemon honestly if you want to look at the tariff situation because he has some good videos on that. But yeah, Journey Together is pretty much stabilizing, but the more expensive listings over here, which are the stupid kind of stupid tax where you're buying the more expensive cases of booster boxes, they're going down. Um, let's look at Prismatic. So Prismatic, I've been seeing good signs of Prismatic. So yeah, I'm seeing the loose pack price going higher, and I'm seeing that the poster collections are remaining at the about $39. If I look at the price per pack, everything is pretty much about $13. This is $12.98, close enough. And yeah, bundles have gone back up. Yeah, tin displays are still really cheap. I've said this all the time. Like I got the feeling that maybe I'm just wrong about tin displays being like possibly good products. I didn't know before how like tin displays. The issue with them is that people don't like opening them because that's kind of the whole point, and therefore like supply just doesn't drop. Like most of the other products here, there's a reason to open them. ETBs, there people like opening ETBs. Bundles are meant for that. Surprise boxes, you want that randomization, and also there's grading plays. Binders, not as much of a reason to open unless you want the binder. Some people do like the binder. PCTBs, get the promo card and grade it. Poster collections are usually loose packs. The pouches, they haven't been released yet. The text stickers usually use as loose packs. The tins, yeah, they're kind of usually kind of maybe you want the one that you like, but yeah, tins don't have as much of a reason. 2 pack blisters, kind of more for cheap packs that you want the promo, and then packs are for opening. But yeah, let's look at the actual data. So $82, that's kind of in line with like kind of where the high point was. I think it went up to like 83, 84 at the high point. Supply still seems like a good amount. Like yeah, it's still staying up, but demand's been you're seeing these random spikes where it goes to like 100 or remains at 100, but then it'll drop to like 60. Yeah, but 120 bundles is a good amount yesterday, and yeah, it's honestly the bundles are doing quite well despite the supply going up. And these demand numbers look pretty good. But yeah, as I said before, like Prismatic is getting there were signs all along that Prismatic would get more expensive. Like the poster collections were a big one, because you're seeing like, oh shoot, if people are desperate to buy poster collections, which people hate, like they absolutely hate those poster collections, um, then obviously people are going to go after the bundles, which are people just like bundles. People are willing to pay actually a little more for bundles. Not insanely more, but they're paying, it's 1360 more. Um, versus like why wouldn't you just buy some tin displays? Like it's crazy. You can just get like a tin display, get the free tins and get the same number of packs, but you know whatever. People do what they do. People like the randomization about the bundles, um, and I do admit like if you buy a tin display, the pulls will be more random anyway. ETBs, I'm seeing a decrease in demand both in the PC ETB and the normal ETBs. So it's not like this never happens. There was a slow day on April 9th too at 60. But yeah, yesterday was at 30. Actually, was that April 9th or was that April 8th at 35? And then there's one April 15th at 35. Actually, that's like exactly 1 week ago. Um, so yeah, it's still pretty much around the same price. But yeah, I just kind of noted that. And then the even the PCTBs, I think there was like zero bought yesterday. Isn't really a big deal. It's just that hasn't happened for a whole month. That's just kind of abnormal for Prismatic. Maybe we're finally entering the time when people are taking their attention away from Prismatic. Loose packs, I said they went up to about 1360. So I put it based on this price. There's not a lot of people selling at these 1325 price. So I just put 1360 because there's like 19 here. But yeah, Prismatic is getting more expensive. The packs 63 sold, so it's a little lower than normal. Minimum 8 packs plus this one, which is adds another 10 packs plus actually 10 plus 10 plus it's 25 plus 61 packs. So it's 61 packs plus 63, so that's not bad. That's like 120 packs. I don't always look at those picture listings, but yeah, 120 packs isn't bad. The graph is just a little misleading. 10 displays. Yeah, you can buy a good amount of these for like the cheap price over here. Super premium collections, yeah, demand's been more consistent. Maybe I should start tracking these. I kind of think these will decrease in price a little bit when it releases because people are going to offload them for the quick, easy profit. Like if you bought these $100, like you're going to want to get some gains. And so I think it's going to drop. But yeah, right now it's still at 350. So binder collections, demand is still kind of down. Surprise boxes, quantity is still about the same as yesterday, just decreased a little bit, and supply is still so-so. But these surprise boxes are not really going down at all, which kind of shows some robustness in the market. And then these poster collections, yeah, supply isn't really changing, but the price is still like $39. This is what I mean. Even with like poor kind of activity, these prices aren't really moving, which kind of shows how strong the demand is, or yeah, how strong the demand is. Basically, people are not willing to just put these at a discount. And then the Sylveon tins seem to be going to another phase of having low sales. Like the sales are going, quantity is going down. Once it hits about 35 or 36, people start not buying them. For some reason, the Sylveon tins are always in low supply. And then these poor pouch collections, like you shouldn't really buy these, especially so close to release day. Actually, what's the price per pack for these right now? Price per pack for pouches are $19. Yeah, that's way too expensive. I think more people would have bought these because they are selling. I think they were selling for like 70 normally, but someone just had to do some weird market manipulation, and now the sellers like lowered the prices. Honestly, some of you guys, I'm looking at you guys over here. Should have probably lowered to 70 if you wanted to get a little bit more money, because I don't think these are gonna sell at 70. It probably should be less. Is that really right? That's yeah, not 5 packs. Yeah, that's just 2. Actually 70 divided by 5. It's about 14. Yeah, I think 70 is kind of an appropriate price. $70 to $80 is kind of appropriate price for the pouches. Let's go to 151. So 151 had a bunch of yellow over here, so bundles go back up to 68. UPCs go up $4. ETBs go up about 250. PCCBs go up about $10, and then Alakazam boxes and posters go down $1. Alright, so 151 bundles. I see that they're $68 again. Demand is kind of 70 is not too bad, but you definitely see it. Demand's been slowing down recently. Yeah, I told you guys before, as the prices go up, people do hesitate a little more to buy these, even though bundles are highly sought out products. They're still items meant for rippings. Technically, they're good long term investments too. Like holding these for 10 years, it's a pretty easy hold because of storage reasons. And people are gonna still want them in 10 years. But if I look at the price per pack, I do see that the price per pack between bundles and Bloom War is about the same, and then the loose packs are they dropped a little bit. They're still about the same as yesterday, but I like to pay attention to the bundles, the packs, and blooming waters because that will affect the kind of what people consider to be the cost of the pack. The cost of the pack affects the cost of all the products. So, but UPCs, the demand has been kind of the same in those for loose packs. So it says like 26, which is kind of lower than normal. I think when I look at the picture listings, because they don't add those sales to the graphs, I do see like I think 40 or 60 more packs, something like that. Or was that for Prismatic? Let me just double check. This one's two. Never mind, that was for Prismatic or something. But but it's kind of normal for there to be drops in packs. Packs aren't really consistent in demand. People are gonna want a lot of packs at once for their business or whatever, and then they'll not buy for the other days. But yeah, I put the loose pack price about 1081 because there's like good 78 packs over there. ETBs, um, 6 for the normal ETBs, and a little early for Blooming Waters. Oh, I think I closed some. So and then Blooming Waters, it's actually been dropping demand. So 7 versus like it was kind of close to like 14 before. And yeah, this I've seen this happen with Sea and Sky. As the price goes up, people are wondering if they really want to buy at that price. I don't see a ton of picture listings sold, actually any picture listings sold yesterday. So I think people are getting hesitant on buying Blooming Wars for that high. So it wouldn't be so sometimes when this happens, the price kind of drops. But yeah, as of now, it's getting really close to the bundles. And for Crown Zenith, the actually big surprise now that we're talking about Sea and Sky is that Sea and Sky is still going up. It's at 150 and ETB's recovered back to about 139. For Crown Zenith, I see that 11, 60, 69 packs bought yesterday. And plus these 42 packs, the 37 plus 5, so that's about 100 packs bought yesterday. So good amount of Crown Zenith. I bought the pack price, I think 979 because of these 26 packs. But I guess I haven't opened this tab in a while. But yeah, Sea and Sky being at 140 or was that 150? Being at 150 is it's still just a really strong sign of how strong the set is at the moment. Um, we don't really expect to see many reprints anymore, and people are really buckling down, and you're actually seeing more people buy the last couple of days. So people are buying out the quote unquote cheaper Sea and Skies, and like those aren't even the picture listings, which are a discount. So for discounted ones, people have bought like 4 more, and yeah, like I don't know. I feel like all it takes is Pokemon to um, reprint a bunch of Crown Zenith to scare a lot of people, but they haven't been doing that lately. So I really want to know if people have some inside information on that because I haven't heard anything. But based on market activity, everyone seems prepared for CN's guides or Crown Zenith to just kind of take off pretty much or never be at this price again and always be more expensive. All right, that's it for today's video. Thanks, guys. Bye.